So, folks, tonight we're gonna just take some time, relax, sit back, go get yourself something to drink. If you want to write things down to get pointers and stuff like that, by all means, get a pen and piece of paper. But this is being recorded, so it will be distributed later on. But today we're going to talk about the future of Web3 and artificial intelligence. And you're saying, what is that? What is Web3? It's just another fancy way of saying the internet is getting smarter, it's getting bigger, more people are using it for different things. But the Web3, in my opinion, is the next iteration of the internet. And of course, there's probably going to be Web 4, Web 5. Hopefully, it's not where we got to put any nodes in our brain and we're cyborgs like that. So, but Web 3 is here. I think Web 3 really got its notice during COVID. A lot of people didn't really understand what it was, but a lot of people were figuring out how to do online events. People are trying to figure out how to do a business online. And, those brick and mortar stores, I really give hats off to them that were able to weather through the storm and get through that 2.5 years of that I don't know what you want to call it, but the discontent that was out there. So, and we're not here to make this a negative presentation, but COVID, we're not going to use it a crutch anymore. We're going to get you prepared. So next time, if something like that happens, you're able to run a business online. So with that being said, I got some questions identifying questions I want to ask you. Do you or anyone run an online business? And have you used it? Have you used virtual spaces for any type of education, courses or anything like that? I'm sure you have. So the next question is, this is actually my business part right here. Marvin Evans, he's looking all fly here with the Lamborghini and the money flying around, and
Money
everybody
flying
knows that
behind.
type. Yeah, everybody knows that type of marketing, right, Marvin?
Is that
So
type of marketing we have to get in place? Definitely.
exactly. So we want to be more authentic with that. So if you want to take this slide, good sir.
Okay, and a lot of people say, would you agree? Most people are tired of being confused and pitched on which online business and education systems to use. So a lot of times, I was confused from the beginning when I first started basically trying to put everything together, to know what tools to use, what education to find, how's going to be the best results from it. So I was just confused. So what we've done here created a system that can actually implement. We implemented a process that's going to help you all around. So all of those tools and all of those applications you have, get rid of them because we're gonna definitely bring something that you're really gonna enjoy and love, definitely. So that's a
So
plus.
there's thank you for sharing that. And there's a lot of people in the world that are trying to figure this out. So just think of your opportunity that you have right here with the 7 billion people that eventually will all be online. How that's going to happen, how that's going to work, that's crazy. But eventually, at some point in time, we're at 68% of the whole world using the internet. And it goes all the way back to like 1969 when DARPA was connecting the missile silos with computers and stuff. So think back then. It's not going to take from 1969 to 2024 for this to progress and just take off like wildfire. The Web3 is here to stay. It's like I said, it's the next iteration of the internet. So what are all the ways that people can be connected? So one way that people are connecting right now, which we've experienced, Beverly's experienced, a lot of people on this call have already experienced, the metaverse. It's being in a world, it's being in a metaverse world with other people, and you're connected with your avatar. So it's your avatar being the glorified phone call to them, or it's the glorified presentation. But a lot of people are just using it for fun, just passing the time away. But there's an opportunity to actually bring a business in here or be an educator and really have an impact on the world. So what we've been putting together the last 6 years is one, learning this, and you're always going to be learning this. It's never going to be done. There's not going to be one metaverse that's fully done that you just click a button and there it is and it does everything for you. I'm sorry, just let that dream go away. If you've seen it and you've done it, please share it with us right now. If you don't have it, then I'm going to say it takes time to build this. It takes time to build a community online. And this is the thing, go back to, the MLMs of the days, right? They build these big, big sales forces, right? And then all of a sudden something happened with the product and what happens with everybody? They all scatter like ants. the whole community just like it goes everywhere, and they're jumping on board on all these other MLMs and stuff. We don't want to do that here. What we want to do is we want to have a place that you'll always be able to call your home, your online home business, be able to work from home, and learn as well. So with that being said, let me go to the next slide here. So also what we're looking for is a way to make your business exclusive and proprietary. Okay. Now that's not saying we're leaving anybody out. We just want to make sure that your business has something that someone else needs to help them in what they're doing. Okay. So we're looking for exclusive and proprietary businesses to come in and then be inclusive with everybody. Share it with everybody in the metaverse space that we're in to help them keep them, in business, to keep them alive, keep food on the table. So this could be your side hustle. And I've always said, you work this part-time, you're going to make part-time income. Work it full-time, you're probably going to make full-time income. If you work it all the time, you might make all the money you want to make in the world with this. So when going back to Bitcoin, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but I remember 2014, and I had this lady come into my restaurant and say, I need to, take the whole patio because I got to talk about Bitcoin. And I didn't know anything about Bitcoin. And she says, you know what? To me, people will want to be a scientist in it and want to know everything about before they consider the opportunity. If I would have put 10 grand into Bitcoin back in 2014, where do you think I'd be if I cashed out like today? I probably wouldn't be on this call, but that's woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? So did Steve Jobs call you when he was designing the iPhone? I never got the call. But imagine if he would have called you and said, hey, I'd like you to check this out. I think this is a great opportunity for you, and we want to get you involved in it. Think where you'd be today if you would have invested into the iPhone. Some people did. Some people invested in Apple at that time. They probably did very well. So here's another opportunity, but this will take everyone to do it. It's not just me. It's not just Marvin. It's not just Beverly. It's not just one person on this call. It's going to take all of us to make this happen. Okay. So I just want to make sure that you folks know that you're not in this alone. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of limiting beliefs in here. There's going to be like, that's not going to work until we actually try it and get other people to try it. And then they try it and they try it. Next thing you know, everybody's trying it and it's working. Okay. So Marvin,
Definitely.
we're here to welcome everybody to Aura XR Metaverse. And if you just want to kind of like give a short little 30-second how it all started and why we're here.
Yeah, definitely. So, like Robert said, about 6 years ago, I met him in Beverly. We was in another metaverse, just learning. I bumped into him. We made friends. We globally met other people all around the world, and we decided we all had brilliant minds. So, I had concepts. Robert had concepts. And we put them together and say, what, one day we're going to make this happen. So we tried different things. Put our ideas together, but we found out that I wasn't into more of the metaverse. I've done it before, but with the AI part, that it would start moving. So we said, let's put some great ideas together. We sat and talked over weeks. We looked at different softwares. We tried multiple things, and when he seen the light above my head, I seen above his head, and we like, what, this is the way to go. So it's more stories in the studios and the music and creating graphics, everything else. But we developed just from being solid partners together right now to make this happen. And we look for more people to join us and come on board to make everyone's dreams come true. So definitely we want to push this out.
Sweet. So what I do next, let me play a video for everybody, a little bit of celebration in it, but it will give you the whole insight of how it looks like inside the metaverse, right? So some people might not want to use the metaverse. That's okay, but we're going to be able to still provide business solutions to them through our AI app system. So let me go and play this video for everyone. Can you hear it?
Wow, we are here today to share a lot of great things.
Yes.
With you.
Thank you.
Marvin's here, Robert's here, Pam's here, and my name is Beverly. And we are here to share some marvelous little things out here in the world where you, as a business owner, an entrepreneur, a speaker, a dancer, whatever it is, to bring yourself to life on the big stage here in the metaverse and the virtual reality part of the metaverse. If you look to my left over here on the table, you are going to see a whole bunch of little circles. And I'll turn this over to Robert, who will tell you all about those little circles. Take it away here, Robert.
Yep. Hey, thank you for sharing that, Beverly. And in celebration, I brought some balloons in here. And like she was saying, welcome to the Aura XR Metaverse space here. We're doing everything. We're basically bringing the metaverse and artificial intelligence together for production, for productivity, making it easier for people to run a business inside the space here. So right here, we have an actual dashboard right here. What you would do is you come up to this dashboard, click on it, and then it's going to bring a sign up, right? So you need to be subscribed as a member to use this product, and it's very easy to use. The cool thing about it is that, anything that you can think up in your mind for using in an AI setting, we can actually build that app for you to where then all it is you're just clicking on the app itself and it does the production for you. So how cool is that? So Marvin, what do you think of that, good sir?
Well, that's like I said, we've been waiting this for a while, so definitely, it's a great app. We've configured everything to make sure this is personal for everyone, to make sure it's easy to access. We know the launch date is October 16th, so I think everybody should be jumping in to check us out. Like you said, it's a lot of good things in here. I'm gonna kick a balloon because I'm definitely excited about being inside of here. So definitely, Aura AI is going to change the dynamics of a lot of businesses, individuals, just about everything. It's a lot of solution-based ideas that we put together to make sure that we can simplify business activities and be able to produce, and productivity is on the next level. So yeah, stay tuned. We're here. Let me kick some balloons around.
So there was a quick glimpse of what it looks like to take up an avatar. Basically, it's an extension of yourself being inside the space to where, you can be anything you want to be inside the metaverse. If you wanted to run around and be the Incredible Hulk, be the Incredible Hulk inside the metaverse. And that's how people would know you as. So a lot of people have avatar names. My avatar name is DNA Elite. That's just what I came up with at the time when I was trying to figure out how am I going to name myself in this space, right? So it's not just seriousness and business. It's also let's have some fun, right? And those that don't want to have their names, on their avatar, put your business name on it. It's whatever you want to be represented inside the space, in this digital space. That's how that's the character that you're building in there. So just my personal experience from it is, I was a military veteran, so I have kind of like the hardcore do it by the steps preparatory command of execution. I got that in my mind. I have experience in food service where I've run a restaurant where I've had to wear 7 hats and try to figure out how to keep everybody paid and on payroll. And now I'm here trying to figure out what is the best way to introduce this type of industry to the general public. I don't think putting someone in a VR headset and saying, get into the metaverse, or else, I don't think that's the way to do it. And I know we're really trying to get people involved in the technology is still developing, right? I mean, for me, I like being in a headset, but I don't like being in a headset too long. So if I'm going to do production or anything on my computer, I'm going to want to do it from my desktop. But at the same time, I want to feel like I'm in someone's presence. I don't want to feel like I'm stuck in a square and nobody's in my room to talk to. I want to be able to talk to other people that are real, and authentic online. So we've developed ways that will make it easier for you. We developed the AI app system, which you're seeing right here. What we want to do is we want to give you the ability to where it's just clicking to get things done, right? It's like you can have your apps designed to do CRM. It could be, you open up the CRM app and you just load everybody in there, right? Or it could be, I want to help someone build a website. It's literally just clicking, on the screen. You could be in a VR headset even. clicking this and making things happen. So we're trying to figure out the best way that you can be, effective and efficient inside the metaverse space and give you the tools that will make it easy for you. So this is just a glimpse of the dashboard. The cool thing about this tech right here is it's all based on artificial intelligence. Okay. And if you know how to prompt engineer, you can design literally any type of app for any of your customers. Okay. So what we have here is a simple way to actually, do all the production that you've been trying to do all these years. So like Marvin was saying, cancel all the subscriptions and everything, get rid of all that and then get one solution that helps across the board. So I can't say this is a done for you, but we can work with you on it. So done for you is you actually doing it yourself. So just put that in your mind and think about that as like, are you serious? I can now run a business online just by making clicks and I'm going to be effective and efficient and very productive. And I'm going to say yes. Okay. Yes to you on that. So next slide, I'm going to let Marvin take this.
Okay. So, like we talked about, the ability to do different multiple things inside this metaverse, but it goes outside the metaverse also. So we have other relationships that we tie with, we talk with. So one big thing is education that we're looking at, we're really focused on right now. So just imagine having a university that you can attend and learn from or give your classes in here. I mean, globally. There's a lot of good resources here. You can build different types of apps to teach. You can different grade levels, multiple things. You can have things gated in here, like a school where there's a teacher that's actually sitting here taking a look at what you're doing. There's events like NFT Wine Club. We got concerts we're going to be doing, different things like that. Pam Gant Sports Center that's in here. We're going to have businesses like malls, clothing. We're going to have just everything inside of here. Then also we have the apps here, but this thing is a business that you could be here globally, even while you're sleeping. Someone could come into your store and purchase a product in which having an AI that can actually meet and greet them and have a conversation with them. So there's multiple things. So we're looking at big concerts. We're looking at, attending universities. They just started with having these classes in major universities all across the country. So we want to take these aspects and put these together and grow them, but not even that. We're looking at e-commerce and multiple things. That's why we're looking at bringing on team members that can help out, people that just want to learn more and grow from there. So this is what we're looking at, make this happen from here. So I'm excited. I'm overexcited. We got balloons in my room right now. He had balloons on the table. I got balloons here. I'm celebrating right now. So definitely appreciate it for sure.
Yeah. And of course, there's many more aspects to what we can do and get done inside the metaverse. And this is just, the education. We want to lead with the education because there's so much to learn here, and let me just mute Laura's mic real quick here. I know she probably doesn't do that. Yeah, can you help me on that?
Yeah.
And so there's so many things that you can do in the metaverse. I mean, Eddie Altberg, I don't know if you know him, he's already passed away, but he was the CEO of Linden Labs, and he said something that really caught my attention. He says you can literally do anything in the metaverse except for two things: eat food and make babies. But I gotta say this: there's people making babies and eating food in the metaverse. It just they do in a very unique way. Okay, so there's people that have been married in the metaverse. There's people that have made really close personal relationships in the metaverse. So this could be what brings humanity together. Now, is the metaverse just for one country? No, I think it's for everybody. I think it's for anybody that has something to contribute in a positive way. So we're looking to keep this on the up and up, and we're here to help and assist people in what they're doing. So Marvin, I appreciate you, bringing Pam. And Pam, I'm not trying to put you on the spotlight here, but I do. If you can just maybe share just a little bit who you are and what you do, and how are you going to use the metaverse to help the kids and the boys and girls clubs and the sports clubs around the world. You're still muted there. If you can, let me see if I can help you open up your mic.
Let's see. There we go.
I got it.
There we go. We hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I've been playing sports all my life. I've been in different sports, but my passion is basketball. I'm a two-time Hall of Famer. Played for Louisiana Tech University, the Lady Techsters, and we were the first team to win the NCAA national championship. I also tried out for the Globetrotters, and it's great to be able to have a basketball court inside the metaverse. I want to be able to help athletes to be able to interact with each other on the court, learn about different games and different positions that each player has. Some of the players, they won't make it to the WNBA, but by interacting with other people, we can get together and just talk, just shoot around on the court. You can also just just meet up because you got people from different states, different schools, high schools also that can learn about what's going on in college. And this being in the metaverse, we can be able to, you'll be in your avatars, but we'll still be able to do things together, travel around. Um, Earlier, you saw the locker room. So we can all just, I just want to be able to help other athletes. Um, and my main thing is I want them to follow their passion in basketball, also find mentors, people to look up to. You can also, I tell them, don't fear failure because, everybody's not going to win. You're going to lose sometime. I mean, I've been in that situation too. So, I mean, it's going to happen. And you have to have patience. You got to be able to, just relax, and you got to have fun. And then the main thing, you
I
got to
can
love
relate
the
to that,
game.
Pam. I can relate
And
to
you got to
that.
love the game.
Definitely, I can relate to that. My daughter's at Alaska Anchorage, and having her
Hmm.
come to the metaverse just to communicate with Pam and Lisa Thompson, some other ones that's there, it's been an awesome experience. We have a program we're putting together also that's going to help young women be able to be paid and seek job opportunities coming out of college. So there's a lot that we can offer
Hmm.
here. Like I said, it's so many things in this whole scope. We'll be here all night, but like I said, we're gonna move forward and get on with the presentation. But there's a lot of things. Dream big because we're here and we're looking to move fast, but move steady. Yeah.
And thank you for
Yes.
sharing that, Pam. You are, hats off to you. Even after you've done everything you've done, you're still in the game. You're still slam dunking, the message to everybody. And we really appreciate that. And I got to tell you this, we don't want to be here to try to cause something to be marketed. We want to market a cause. Okay. And you with your message will really give us some raised eyebrows. People are like, "Oh, what's going on over here?" So we
Mhm.
really appreciate and thank you for what you do. What you're doing is very impactful, and it is going to make a change in the world. So thank you for that.
Appreciate
So yeah, you're very much welcome. So if you are spending, if you're doing a lot of content creation online and you got video subscriptions, you got email subscriptions, you got website subscription, you got all these subscriptions all over the place, and you keep looking at your credit card, like, man, I gotta have this. I gotta have this in order to run my business. I gotta say this right now. Cancel it all. Cancel it all right now and put it into one payment. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll give you everything that you need, okay, to be successful. Now, it takes you to do this now, okay? It's not us forcing you. It's not us pushing the buttons for you. It's you coming to the table and taking the time to learn this technology, because this is not a McDonald's drive-through. Okay, we're trying to make it a McDonald's drive-through, but it's not a McDonald's drive-through. We're looking for leaders. We're looking for people that are eager to learn and that want to be a leader in their state, in their county, wherever they're at. We want them to be leaders in this because we need the leaders to do this the right way, because this is easy to mess up. This is easy to do it the wrong way. This is easy to, to make this, worse than what it really is. Okay. So we're looking for those individuals they're ready for the challenge. They're ready for, the next chapter in their life. Okay. This could potentially be the biggest thing that's ever happened. I mean, in my opinion, online. Okay. So cancel those subscriptions, cancel those memberships, get those monthly charges under control. And hopefully by the end of this presentation, you'll be excited about it. So let me go ahead and jump to the next slide here. Marv, if you want to jump into this.
Yeah. And what we're just saying, at this point now, are you ready? That's basically what we're telling you right now. We want individuals to move forward, not as just like purchasing subscriptions, as building a team, as building relationships. Like I said, this right here is something that we're putting together to give, opportunity to say, let's work together. And like I said, when you talked about building out apps and being there with Bitcoin and everything else, this is our platform, and we're standing behind it strong. We want to definitely team up with individuals to grow. So, I mean, get ready, get set, go. I'm overexcited. I'm calling everyone all the time, talking to them, developing new things. And I know Steve here, he's developing new logos every like 200 of them a day. And he's like, I'm locked out. But he's excited. He's calling, we communicate. And I think this is one of the best opportunities, the best build outs, the best launches in my career I have. So like I said, like we have multiple, like cybersecurity, we have antivirus, so much. So we want you to be ready to go and give you these tools to excel. So
Sweet.
We're ready.
So I got to ask you this question. You either a number one or you number two. One, you're ready to get started. This was more than information that was thrown at you to say, I'm ready to get going now. Or you have another question. So if you have another question, please get back to the person that referred you to this. And this is going to conclude our overview of the Aura AI and Metaverse together. So if you are good with that, you can drop off the call. Now, if you want to stay on the call and learn how this can be a business, learn how to make a business out of this, stay on the call, because we're going to, in about a minute here, we're going to jump right back into it, and we're going to get into the business opportunities. So with that being said, everybody can go take a quick break and then come back in a minute, and we'll go over the business opportunity. I'll play some music for everybody. Well, I can jump right into it. I mean, we don't need to wait.
We give them a minute. Everybody a minute. The time spinning. Okay. That's relaxing. And
so I see Tiffany Banks is on the line. Nightingale's on the line. Deontay. I see Nick. Nick's online. Brian's eating dinner. Yeah. What you eating, Brian?
This time. What is he eating?
he's like, got Nicole on the line. Oh, we got Ari on the line. She's listening very intensely on the metaverse. What we're saying, what we're not saying. Thank you for joining us, Ari.
Thank everyone.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get started here. So thank you for your time again. Here's just some information I pulled off the internet. This was a couple of years ago when I got this information, but I mean, back in 2022, they're talking about, the AR and VR market being $1 billion business, right? Or industry. And I gotta say, it's I know Zuckerberg's probably not coming out and saying how much he's making, but his stock went down to what, almost like $50 a share. And then within 3 months, when he said, I'm doing AI now, it went all the way back up and even then some. Okay. So this information could be disinformation. Okay. I don't know until I actually do the research on that company. But the thing is, just use Meta as an example. They went through the ringer with Congress. Zuckerberg realized, you know what? They're on to me. If I don't change this quick, I'm going to lose everything I got. Right. So he did the shift and said, you know what? I'm not just Facebook anymore. I'm Meta. And he's the one that started the whole craze on the metaverse. It was the number one thing that people were researching when he came out saying he renamed his business Meta. Okay. So is Zuckerberg going to be the whole, is that company going to be the whole thing in charge of the metaverse? No, the metaverse has been around since the internet started. I mean, Linden Labs, Second Life, that's 20 something plus years ago. And they turned that into $100 million business every year. So it's not that this is a new thing. It's just the technologies are getting better. Now, I gotta say, Zuckerberg does have kind of like a head start because he went straight to Lucky that owned Oculus, and he just bought the whole business firm for like $2.5 billion. Said this is the next iteration of the internet. This is going to be the next thing that social media is going to be in. I don't see anybody wearing VR headsets when I go out in town. Now, I live way out in a secluded area in the boondocks, or whatever you want to call it. But when I talk metaverse, the people's eyes are just like, what are you talking about? Even when I went to the Chamber of Commerce, I try to go easy and say, hey, I do Web3. And they're like, what is that? We don't understand what that is. So this is the thing. There's so much to learn. And the thing is, what we want to do is we want to teach you how to talk this to the Chamber of Commerce. We want to teach you how to talk this to a university, okay? Because universities still don't have an actual metaverse, program that people can go through. It's individual companies like ourselves that are taking the lead. So there's a gentleman and not to take too much time on this, but there's a gentleman by the name of, I forgot his name, but he was at Congress just a couple of weeks ago. And he was wearing the Ray-Ban glasses, and he was holding up a VR headset. And the two senators said to him, saying, we got to fix our education system. And he was saying people can retain 30% more information being like they're immersed or actually there. There's some truth in that. Okay. Now kids learn by seeing and hearing and by doing. The thing is I think the technology for a kid, it's not ready to put them in VR headsets yet because their brains are still developing. And the thing is the parent needs to know what's going on in the headset too. I mean, I hate to be a parent where, my kid, I don't know what my kid is seeing or doing inside the metaverse, and what they're tuned into. So we want to make sure that the spaces that we build are exclusive and proprietary and are, family friendly. Okay. We don't want to have people come in and be like, what was this all about? And be like, I'll never go back to that ever again. That's not the experience we want to showcase to people. But anyways, going back to the business, it's, I think it's going to be $1 trillion industry within 20 years. I think it's going to duplicate our economy, what we're in right now, because everybody's going to race to do things online, to do business, and they're going to forget about the brick and mortar, unfortunately. And maybe that's what needs to happen in order to get us past this little hurdle that we're in. It's like, I don't want to give all my business to Amazon, but I mean, Jeff Bezos figured out he figured out the best mousetrap on delivering, quality products to you at the best rate. So the thing is, the metaverse can do the same. Now, I don't have like a big warehouse storing all my stuff that I've had over the years. Everything I have is all in one room, and I put my whole mentality of what I want into the metaverse. So that way I don't have that remorse buying, like, oh, why did I buy that? Why did I buy this? Why do I have to have this? I buy it and it sits there and does nothing, right? So just know that this economy is going to grow fast, and I don't think it's going to take from 1969 to 2024 for everybody to catch on to this. I think once everybody knows how to drive an avatar around, go into these immersive websites and stuff and know how to click the buttons and stuff, that's when it's really going to take off. So Marvin, if you want to jump in on the third-party validation, good sir.
On the third-party validation, basically saying you can look at these magazines and Time, is talking about virtual reality, got Forbes talking about it. And like they talk about the Simpsons has the 4C of everything. But right now, just look what's around you in these third-party validations, these companies that's been solid and understand it's reporting right now. This shift is about to happen. It started where everyone was a boom for the metaverse, then you'd hear about it and it would slow down because it wasn't quite ready. But now adding AI to it and some different substances that can make it grow with the media and everything else, it's there. So you're talking about Harvard Business Reviews, yachts, training dimensions, it's there, so it's ready to go. So, like I said, we don't want to just say we talk about it. It's validated. It's in this resource. It's in magazines. It's in the news. It's everywhere you look at right now. So, by jumping ahead right now, we're taking opportunity to combine these two together, and even we even have the entertainment side. We're talking about adding AI, a recording studio into the metaverse and recording live from home, building that platform. That's just one thing we're talking about also, but it's inside these magazines, inside the media, inside these white papers. Everything is there. So keep reading, understanding, and it's there. So I'm following the leaders right now. Yeah.
So I'm just putting this up because I know everybody has seen this sign before. Sorry, we're closed because of COVID, right? That is something that I never, ever want to hear someone say, I went out of business because of some sickness out there. Okay. That was just I think it was a mindset that was set out there. Now, there could have been cases that, happened. And then there's cases that was just a bunch of misinformation. But the thing is, what it did do, a huge disruption to our economy. I remember I was talking to some consultants that were consulting for Cisco Food Service. They said they just laid off half their sales force, in 3 weeks after, COVID was rampant. Everybody stayed home and did nothing. So it wasn't fight or flight. It was actually it was freeze. Everybody just froze and did nothing. And when you do nothing, what happens? Nothing happens, right? So not using COVID as a crutch, but we want to be prepared to make sure that your business or your education, module, whatever it might be, is not going to get shut down and everybody has to be 6 feet away from each other in order to, interact with you. We're going to make it to where let it happen. We'll keep going on with our daily business. So, Marvin, let's share this. I always love this analogy right here, but who on the call used Blockbuster back in the day? Who used VHS tapes and CDs and stuff? I think everybody did, right? But when Netflix, what's that?
That was the day. Pull up and grab you a VHS tape and a CD. That was it. Now where is it?
Marvin, would you go back to Blockbuster after having Netflix and you know what you're paying every month with it and you get to watch unlimited titles and everything? Would you go back to Blockbuster where you got to go down to a physical brick and mortar building?
I wouldn't go back. I've had a 5 VHS player. I wouldn't go back. It's never go back. You would never want to go back. I always want to stay in the present.
So your kids, I'm sure they're all on digital music, but you probably have some CDs because you've cut some tracks, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you try to get your customers on CDs again?
Never again. I'm not standing out in front of on the corner selling my CDs anymore. Any artist selling their CDs. That is obsolete. So my kids, I pull them out. They're like, "What is those?" So I'm like, "What are those?" They're like, "Those are CDs." So we use them for coasters now. So like I said, digital music. Never again.
And you would flip if you had to go back to the flip phone, right?
Definitely. I still had the first flip phone from Sprint when they released it. It was it wasn't even a flip phone. It was a regular phone. It was back in the day. The Qualcomm, the big block with the extra battery that was the size of a book. You had to take around with you. So we'll never go back to that. So definitely.
Yeah. So we're making a point here. It's, where are businesses today? There's some businesses that are still trying to do the brick and mortar. And that's all they know. That's all they know how to do. And are they going to survive? Who knows? But I know the businesses that are online, they're 27, businesses. They're open all day long. When they're sleeping, they're still making money. So just think of that. If your business is like a brick and mortar where you have to show up, turn the lights on and make the coffee or whatever it is, those days are over. People are pretty much, now I'm not cutting down the restaurant business. I was in the restaurant, but you still have to eat. People still need to eat. Okay. But when it comes to technology, and if you're going to be in technology, you can't hold on how Blockbuster did. They thought the digital thing was just a niche. They thought it was just a fad. Like, people are, people are going to stop doing that, you know, and they'll go back going to the brick and mortar when it came to getting movies. But I tell you what, when Netflix came out, I remember they're at $3 a share, and I was just like, I think this company is going to be big. But instead of buying Netflix, I bought Games and Flix instead, and they tanked. But I had my eyes on Netflix, and I understood what they were doing at the time, right? A lot of people didn't understand that, and at that time, you know, that's when I think Napster and Metallica were fighting and all that stuff, you know. So people were really scared about the digital, you know, online subscription, you know, membership based stuff. But look where we're at right now. Who doesn't have Netflix? You know, if they don't have it, you should introduce it to them because they might be able to save some money. So on to the next slide. So today's online e-commerce challenges. Who does business online? Who tries to sell all their stuff on Amazon, eBay, and Wayfair? Do you make a lot of money? If you do, share it with us. We'd like to know how you're doing it. Okay. But what I do know is that this market is saturated. Okay. And to start up a business and say, I'm going on to Amazon, you might be waiting a little while before you get a paycheck. Unless you have something that someone else doesn't have and they need it from you. That's when you're going to make some money. Okay. But the online e-commerce challenge that we have right here, we want to keep what we're doing exclusive and proprietary. We're going to be very conscious about who we bring into the table, who we bring to the community, and we're going to have expectations. Now, this is not an employment. We're not employing you. What we want to do is we want to learn everything how you help people and how you keep them employed or how you keep them, you know, in business or how you keep, you know, food on the table with them as well. So those are leaders who want to come to the table. We know this is a big challenge. And I got to say this, I think the most difficult thing that we need to do here is just become a master of invite. So everybody on this call was invited to come to this call. You came to this call because you actually respected the person that asked you to come to the call. Okay. I don't know if anybody's on the call that just came off the internet and just they saw our post. And if you're here, thank you for that. But most of the people were referred or told about this opportunity. If you were told about this opportunity, they see something in you. Okay. They see you as a leader. They see you as someone that can make a difference in this and excel, because we're looking for people that can onboard people. We were looking for people that can teach people how to do this and stay above water. So now I love this slide right here because this has some truth to it. Imagine if you're a business going on to the Shark Tank. Okay. How do you think your business would fare to them when you start telling them everything, all the features and benefits about your business? What do you think Mr. Wonderful is going to say to you? He's probably going to say,
think out of the box.
What's that?
Think out of the box.
Yep.
Think out of the box, you know, don't stay in the box. Get out the box. They're looking for the new movements, the new ideals. So I don't want the red pill. I'll take the blue one.
There you go. So they're looking for something that is exclusive and proprietary. They're looking for something that's going to, you know, stomp the competition. Like Mr. Wonderful will say, what makes you think, you know, that you're not going to get stomped like the cockroach you are? You know, he's looking for someone that can weather through, you know, the high times and low times of our economy. Okay. And he wants to make sure that, you know, if he's going to invest in your company, that the competition is irrelevant. He wants to basically have it all, and he wants to make profit. So with that being said, you know, here's an opportunity where you can potentially make a profit in the metaverse, in using AI apps in your business. I got to say this, that just my personal experience is it saves a lot of time on production. Okay. I don't have to sit there, you know, and think, okay, what am I going to do with this? How am I going to make this logo? How do I want to make the video? I can say, hey, make me a video that will do this, this, and that. Make me speak like this person. Boom. It's created and it's there. And I'm just like sending the video to Marvin and say, hey, that's a great video. Doing it in seconds, minutes versus hours and days. Okay. So there is time savings when it comes to the metaverse. Now, this is a huge, most important thing is being able to teach others. If it's difficult for people to really understand what you're saying, how are you going to get them into your business? So if we can teach people, and I say lead lead with teaching and education of the metaverse, I think people are going to be more susceptible to say, hey, I want to be involved with this. Okay. So if they see that we're here, not as trying to be at the top, and again, there's nobody at the top of this. We're all shoulder to shoulder on this. Okay. We're going into this together. Okay. We're not leaving anybody behind when it comes to learning how to bring this into your business or use it as an education piece. Okay. So if you're able to teach, we want to listen how you do that. And we want to share this information with you and get you involved and get you up to par. I wish I could just duplicate 100 Beverly's right now, because she likes to go out and sell $20,000 accounts all day long. That's how she rolls. So Beverly, if you want to just jump in and just give a little smile to everybody, tell us your thoughts on the metaverse and how you teach people, the opportunity.
Well, Robert and I go back 6 years when we got started, and Marvin was pretty much right there out of the chute as well, which is really kind of nice. And when I first got introduced to this, Robert showed me a game, and it's like, I'm not a gamer and I'm not interested in it. I want something that had education, because that's what I was looking for, was a way to put butts in the seats, because online courses came into being. And when he showed me that first university that he built a long time ago, that sold me. And it had a court, it had a basketball court in it there, Pam, and he didn't even know you at the time. And we were shooting hoops, and so there's so many things that can happen. And what I like about it and what I see happening is making life efficient, effective, time saving, which is critical in this day and age. And being able to bring the world, the outside world, closer together and make it available. This space is available for every human on the planet at the click of a button. So it's going to bring families together. It's going to bring, people who are looking for someone to talk to. I mean, we have a lot of lonely people out there in the world that are stuck, like the vets. They're just there. We have people in nursing homes and hospitals, and they're looking for interaction and just wanting to reach out. People need people. And the metaverse is a much more comfortable place to have that interaction than where we are right here tonight on the Zoom. Because if you want to know who's all here, you have to keep checking all the little squares. And Robert's got, the screen share up, so it makes it more difficult. It just doesn't give that warm, fuzzy feeling. But it's a place to start to bring people together and teach them about moving into another direction. And when we start moving into these spaces and people coming in and inviting and really seeing the experience of what an immersive market can do and being next to someone, just think about this. If you were a vet and you got hurt in the battlefield and you are now in a wheelchair and you want to climb a mountain with your grandchild, it's a lot more difficult climbing up that mountain when you have limbs that aren't functioning the way they once did. But you can come into a space like this that we make available and climb a mountain with your grandchild who may live hundreds of miles away that you don't get to see very often. Now you can interact with them daily if the need be. These are the things that we're looking to change in here. You can't do that on a Zoom, but you sure as the heck can do it in virtual reality. That's my mission, is to bring life and bring people together to enjoy being on the planet.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. So what's next?
What's next, everybody? So what's next is you got to become a member to be part of this. And what that does is it affords us to keep this running. It affords us to keep the servers running. It affords us to create the content, because there's three things in the metaverse that are really important that will actually assist what Beverly's saying. The equipment, the the equipment that will give the experience to those that might not be able to walk, right? Like the haptics and the VR headset and the Woozer audio to give them full immersive experience like they're actually there. Okay. And this helps, afford those opportunities. We're keeping this really simple. And the thing is, everybody on this call, Marvin and I were thinking like, how do we really incentivize this and get people excited? We're not trying to give away the farm, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we're bringing the right people to the table. So Marvin, is it okay if I showcase the 50 plus?
Yeah, definitely. Because we have the basic, professional, and enterprise, but you can showcase that 50, and that's the badge that you will receive. So, definitely. So
tonight, I can go through the 3 stages here. So the enterprise is everything that we're going to offer here. This is where we're going to offer a custom templated world for you, like for your storefront, wherever your business is. We're going to make sure you're marketed inside the metaverse. We're also looking at giving you all the apps that we have, right? So I know we say unlimited, but it's all the apps that we have available that we can give you through our system. And we can keep making more and more and more. But the thing is we want to hear your thoughts on the type of, AI apps that we need to design that are fit for purpose, right? We just don't want to create apps for nothing and waste people's time. So we want to create apps that will actually create production inside your business and other businesses. And we want to create apps that, can help, the kids learn. I mean, the mind's the limit when it comes to, engineer prompting with AI. If you're very creative and you have a creative mind, you can come up with some pretty cool stuff that I think people will be attracted to. The other thing is Marvin was mentioning the cybersecurity. We want to make sure that your systems aren't getting hacked and, it's like, that's the most scariest thing. And the thing is, it's even worse now than ever, so you really need to be, in tune with a company that understands the cybersecurity, which Marvin, I believe you're like what, top 500 in the country or top 200 in the country?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So, as a security engineer, that's my full-time job, but I call it that. But understanding this process is not really a lot of individuals out here really cyber as a cyber engineer to come in and be able to understand compliance, understand what is the user needs from the large corporation to the individual user. Virus protection, you need it. You don't think you need it on your phone. You have to have it on your phone, on your PCs, and your tablets. And sooner or later, it's coming to your smart TVs also, because the threat is everywhere that there's an internet connection. So we want to actually add this, and it pays for itself, to the $497 package that we have, in which we're offering the 50 plus. They give it away, basically say, we want to make sure that while you're working with us, using our programs, using our applications, that you're secure and make sure that you're in compliance with anything that you're doing with your business also. So definitely.
So limited time offer tonight. We'll probably run this for a couple more presentations, but we're looking to fill 50 slots. We already have a couple, businesses already on board with us, but we're looking at, offering all the way up to the enterprise at a basic 97 price. And if you do a whole 12 months, we'll give you an extra 3 months of membership with us. So that is pretty much the offer with what we're doing here. And we'd love, get with Beverly, get back to the person that referred you to this. And, ask them if you have any other questions, ask them. They'll be able to guide you and get you where you need to be. But tonight we're offering the basic, and you get the whole kit and caboodle here. Now, if you have questions, we'll stay on here for, I know we're right at the top of the hour. We really maximize this whole hour here, which is good. But other than that, we really appreciate your time for joining us, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. So Beverly, if you can stop the recording, we'll field some questions.